One day people are going to talk about you, but the question is, what are they going to say when they bring up your name? I mean, when it's all said and done, nobody's going to talk about your following on Instagram or TikTok or none of that, or the amount of likes you got, or the comments you got, or the shares you got. That's not going to matter. So, what's going to matter is the impact you had on them, how you made them feel, the memories, the connections, the travels, how good of a person you were, good heart, good actions. You were someone who always gave. That's the kind of thing people are going to talk about. So, whether it's relationships and it's like catching, like chasing like a fling or, like superficial relationships, looking for lust, but, not real love. Or also, just when it comes to, a team, maybe you're lucky enough to lead a team or you're leading them the right way, not throwing them under the bus when things go wrong, but actually you give them the credit when things go, when things go right, you give them the credit. And when things don't go right, you take the blame, but you don't throw them under the bus. Like, so what are people talking about, Because the thing is, and I got to let you in on that secret. And I think it's not a secret, but I think, with some life experience, I've got 3 kids, Avery, Lennox, Lewis. I'm a bit older maybe than you are. Maybe not. But, I'm 45. With some life experience, I can tell you, you are building your legacy. And the thing is, I hope you have many more years, but you never know when is your last, you never know when it's over. It's a crazy world we're living in. So it's very unpredictable and life is fragile. So get intentional. If you're not intentional, get intentional. Because every single day you're just kind of aimlessly going through life. Maybe not in the job you want, the relationship you want, just kind of, how's life? It's all right. If that's kind of how you feel, get intentional. You got one life, live it, and make sure that you leave a legacy. But leave down in the comments below, what legacy are you building? What are you leaving behind? And what do you want people to say, about you when it's all said and done? This is not to give you a depressed feeling and shit, but sometimes you got to just think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to keep it real. And this is one of those times. Okay. See you on top, babe.